Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to episode 14 of Free Thoughts from Freedom Chiropractic and Rehab. This week's quote of the week comes from Mark Twain, and he said, "Do not regret getting older. It is a privilege denied to many." I chuckle because multiple times in a week I'll have this conversation with patients. They'll come in and they'll say, after a tough workout or doing some extra yard work or whatever the case may be, and they'll say to me, "This getting old stuff is for the birds." And I will typically chuckle and look at them and say, it sure as heck beats the alternative. Because if we're not getting older, that means we're probably on the wrong side of the dirt. Now, I say this jokingly. I haven't been to the other side, so I don't know what's over there. But right now, I do everything I can to enjoy life now. It's not something that we can guarantee, right? We don't know for sure that we're going to get tomorrow. So we want to make sure that we're enjoying every day to the fullest. Okay, let's talk about health. So we talked about the quote from Mark Twain about aging, right? We shouldn't regret aging, right? Because it's a privilege denied to many. Earlier this week, I had a conversation with a patient who's younger than I am, and we talked about it. I said to him, now in my late 40s, I feel like I can still do the same things that I did when I was in my late 20s, right? I can do that tough workout. I can have an extra glass of wine at night. I can get away with pulling an all-nighter. The problem is the impact the next day, right? So in my mid-20s, if I did those things, there would be zero impact on the next day. But now that I'm in my late 40s, the next day gets shot because I do those things, right? So I think it's okay to recognize that we can do some of those things that we did when we were in our 20s. We just may pay the price the next day. So when I do those things now, I weigh, is it worth ruining the next day to have that extra glass of wine? Or to do a really tough workout, or to get away with 2 hours of sleep. And I'm finding it's just not worth it. As I age, I'm prioritizing the impact it's going to have the next day over the benefit of the moment, right? So let's think about the things that we do now and how they're going to impact us in the long term, not just thinking about how they feel right now. Now it's time for some good news. This week's story comes from NBC News. The story focused on a nursing home in Colorado that had created an innovative new program. They created this program with the help of a local artist. The program is called Memories in the Making. And what they do is twice a week, with the help of this local artist, they get their Alzheimer's patients together to paint. They have a paint night. What they're finding is that it's really helping those Alzheimer's patients to feel better. Now, the side benefit of this program is they take those artists' work and they auction it off. The proceeds from that auction go to help the Alzheimer's Association of Colorado. So these patients may not even realize what they're doing, but they're helping future generations of potential Alzheimer's patients. They're funding research and they're funding development. So these people are helping themselves, but also helping others. So now it's time to ask yourself, what can you do that can help you and also help others? Take care and have a great day.